Hello! Alright, this is where we left off, the edit. So we have to kind of style this. So let's go over to our edit page, which is where we are. Alright, so I have edit profile control. So let's go to our pages. Yeah, I get it. Java home. I don't even know what that's about. Alright, so edit profile styling. And now then, what did I call everything? So we called this edit profile control and edit profile interior. Again, I just like to have some space. No big deal. Margin top, 10 pixels. Okay, so now edit profile control. I'm going to go with height of 40 pixels. Let me just see if that does anything. So wait, that's what I called it, right? Edit profile control. So let's do that. No, it's not working. Well, yeah, that's true. It's not bad. Hold on. So if I go like that, well, let's say, yeah, and then let's do margin bottom. 20 pixels. Do some of that. And I didn't put a width on these. Yeah, there we go. I didn't put a... Where did my... Huh? Oh, get out of here, you. Where do my buttons go? Move! Where do my buttons go? Alright, so edit profile control. I probably don't need this. There you go. Where'd you go? Alright, so that's better. Yeah, we'll do a little bit more. Give it some space. And there you go. Alright, so that's good. Now we just got to fix this. Now, I don't think let me go to my main. I don't need you anymore. Let me go to my main for a second. Yeah, I didn't put a width. So, let's go back here. Alright, so let's see. Edit, profile control, input, I'll just say width of, well actually, yeah, let me just do a width of 240. And don't forget, we've already done the focus and all that stuff. So if we were to do that, whenever we do this, say we have all that already done. So we don't have to worry about that. But now we have to fix this. And we're going to go edit profile. What do I call this? Edit profile. Where's my text area? Oh, no, okay. Control text area. And that'll be width of 220, 240. I didn't even put in a 20, and I'm saying 220. Height of 60 pixels. Maybe. Border 1 pixel solid RGB. We'll do the 2. Border radius. 5, outline none, resize none because I don't want anyone resizing my shit. Font size 16 pixel. Actually, I don't need that. don't need that at all. I don't think. Maybe I do. Size 60 pixels. Padding 5 pixels. Font family. I don't really think I need it. We'll do it anyway and do it. Yeah, profile control, text area. Focus. None. Border, 2 pix, solid var, primary color. And edit, control text area. Placeholder. Font size, 16 pixels. Color, RGB. And that should be good. Because I think that's all the styling we really need. And that's all the styling we really need. So there you go. So that, that's it. We're done. We're done with the styling. See how easy that was? Now, if you want, you can make these a little wider. I mean, in fact, I'm thinking that what I could also do is go edit profile interior form. All right, like you can go like this. Edit profile interior form. And you can say width of 400 pixels. And then you can just say width of 100%. We'll see if that looks ridiculous. I mean, a lot of people have the big, when you use, especially if you use Bootstrap, your inputs are fucking huge. So you can just do that, and then there you go. I mean, is there a point to it? No, but we'll just leave it like that. So now we see that we have the error messages are in the right spots, right? So we can now take those out. That, and we'll do that. Okay. Now it's time to do the checks. So we'll go to our users. So everything is set up for us, right? So what we have to do now is typically we would do this in the front end with JavaScript. So now we have to do this in the back end with this. So the first thing, in order for you not to see the error messages before you do anything, you have to tell it to do this. If this request get method equals post. At that point, if it's post, I don't know why this is crossed out. Yeah, whatever. Deprecated. If the request is a get method of post, meaning that if we send a post request, then we can start making the rules and stuff. And we'll call it things equals this, and you know how to do this. Validate, do that. And then of course, we're gonna go EPF name, right? Bips. Okay, so now rules required min length of 2. You can do a max length of 50. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm right. Required. Enter second first. You know the routine. First name should be at least 2 characters. There's just so much busy work we have to do with this framework that when we get to other frameworks, we don't have to go through any of this. And you'll see it's just so much better. And you can also get redirects for that, what I have. Which again, I don't grasp. Last name. Last name should be at least 2 characters. Then we had EP email. Wait, hold on. Am I in? I'm just double checking. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing this right. I don't know. It just seems wrong. Let me just double check. This request. Yeah, I'm doing it right. I don't know why it seems wrong to me. Okay. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure there'll be something screwed. We're going to require all these fields except for the picture one now. And then it would have to valid email. I think that's the rule. And then we'll just say EP email. So you give it the rule and then you tell it what exactly it's looking for. Required, enter a fucking email address. No, I was right. Valid email. That is not a valid email. So that's how CodeIgniter does the validity, like the valid email, right? And we see that with password with match, where it just doesn't in a certain way. Let me just make sure I have this right. EPF name, EPL name, EP email, EP bio, EP log. All right, so next is EP lock. Yep. I mean, as long as it's got the right names. And then we'll do a mid-length of 2, excuse me. And then we'll do like this. Required. Enter a fucking location. And min length. That is not. Wait. Your location should be at least 2 characters long. And then we have EP bio. Right? EP bio. And that would be required and min length of 3. Enter a fucking bio. And your bio should be at least 3 characters long. Now with the picture it's a little different. We have a couple of things we need to do here. And one of the things that we need is we need to make sure that it's an actual valid. Now you could do things with like certain as you can see here, you can do things with certain file types. I'm just going to do the good old broad is image, and that'll be EP pic. And then we'll do a max size of, how did I do that again? Max size of 10, okay. EP pic. And that's kilobytes. Yeah, that's kilobytes. So 1,000 kilobytes. Now we're not saying it's required. So that is not a valid image. And max size. I'm not going to require the picture, but that's going to give you a little bit of an issue here. is too fucking big. Alright, so now we have the checks. So now, let me just double check myself. Okay, so now, this is actually easier than what we've done before. If not things, right, then we just make all of the errors data. Oh wait, I'm sorry, what did I call this? Edit fname error. Edit fname. We just make all of them equal to this. Validator get ap fname. Right, that's all I have to do. Yep. Edit name error. This validator get error. I mean, if it doesn't have it, then it won't do anything. I mean, we don't really need to worry about like saying to clear it out because it'll just do it for us. Like with JavaScript, we're basically putting everything in. We're basically putting everything in the inner HTML, which is kind of a dirty way of doing things. Because then you have to clear it out otherwise. Like this is reloading. So every time you get like errors, every time you hit email, look. Every time you hit the submit button, it's going to keep refreshing the page so that you don't have to worry about clearing it out, because you will be refreshing the page as opposed to JavaScript where we're not refreshing the page, so we have to clear everything out. Otherwise, it's going to just stay there. Like all the errors will just stay in those error fields. This one, it refreshes. So if there's an error one time you post it, it will refresh, and the next time you post it, it'll refresh, and then that error won't be there if you haven't redone the error. You know. Basically, just know that you don't have to clear it out because we're refreshing the page with this. That's the one good thing about refreshing, is that it clears everything out for you as opposed to you having to do it yourself, which is what the bulk of our work. When we do the JavaScript, the real-time checks, the bulk of the work is just clearing things out or getting all the scenarios and everything. All right, so now let's see. This is the thing. I don't remember how to do. All right, so if this request can follow. All right, so anyway, so now we're saying if there's a picture, this request get file. And if it hasn't moved, right? That's what it comes down to. Is valid. Okay. And this request get file. Okay. Has moved. All right, and not. So basically what we're saying here is if the picture is new, if we have a new picture in there, or a picture in general. Let me just double check myself. This request is valid. Then we're just going to move it. So if we have a new picture, then we're just going to move it. And sorry, I just keep move. So let's just move it. Pick, and we move it to images users. Now you could even further it. You can even break it down further and base it off of the person's like ID or username or something. Like you can make, whenever you create a new user, you can automatically make a file for that user in the images file or folder so that you can separate it more so, but whatever. If you don't want to, you don't want to. And then we're going to update user info. We're going to make this array. And first name, that's in the, which one is in the users? I think the users is first name, last name, right? And then the info is the pick, email, location, file. All right, so we're gonna have to make two of them. So first name, we're gonna have to update two. This is kind of stupid, but this request, this, then we're gonna go get var, EPF name, last name, this request, get var, EPL name, and then update user, actually I should call that name, update user info, and that would be, what comes first? That would be, really, pick first. Pick, email, location, and bio. Pick, email, location, bio. Pick, email. So what we're going to do is pick, we're going to get this request, get file. Pick. And we're gonna, I think we're gonna get the name, right? Yeah, get name. And we're just gonna get the name of the file, because that's all we need. So it knows how to reference it in the database. Pick, I forgot again. Pick, email, location. Okay. Email will be this request, get var. Email. Location is this request, get var loc, and bio is this request, get var bio. Typically I would have all that in the info, so I wouldn't have to do this twice. Do I have both? New user, right, I joined it. Whatever. Okay, so that's if there's a picture there. If not, then we're just going to make update username. I mean, I shouldn't have to do this twice. That's just bad programming. Don't have to do this twice. Put this outside. I wasn't really thinking until I started putting it together. Name, and then we do the update user info without the pick, because we're not updating the pick. This way it doesn't clear out the picture when you're not putting a new, like you don't want to have to keep putting the same picture in over and over again. You want the pic to either be there or it doesn't look at updating the picture. The other stuff, yeah, we're going to want you to keep putting in a new one. If you got a problem with it, don't try to update your profile. Okay, and now outside that, because this is, if everything checks out, then what we do is we make a new instance of the user. Update user equals new user, update info equals new info, and then it's real simple. We go update user, update, let me just double check. Right, okay, so it's the ID first. Session ID, update user name. Update that with that, and update info. Update session ID, update user info. And then we're going to, was it return redirect? It's return redirect, right? Return redirect, which is most likely not going to happen. Return redirect to Becker public, and we'll just do the profile. Okay, so let's review a little bit, recap. So what we're saying here is we're just going to send this out, right? We're going to send out all this information with the errors are empty. So now if the request, if there's a post request, we're going to check all the data that we put in there, and then we're going to see if it runs through. If it doesn't run through, then we send out the errors. If it does, then we get the picture. Let me just make sure I got all the names right. At bio, at pic, right. So we just send out, we just check that if everything goes through, then we check to see if there's a picture. If there's a picture, then, and the picture has been moved or hasn't been moved already, then we put it in the images, users, and then we update it. And if there's not a picture, then we just update these simple things. And then of course we make 2 instances of the update, and that's that. So that should be it. Let's see if this works. All right, so let's just hit update. And as you can see, we don't have an email address, we don't have a location, we don't have that, but this doesn't have an error message. So now if we were to go like this, and we were to put in like, you know, something like this, it should give you an error message about, yeah, it's not a valid image. So like you see, so that's working. So now if we go like, and we do this, it's not a valid email address. See, so there you go. So now it's time to put in some valid email addresses, and that's my email address, location here, bio, I am your daddy, and let's put a picture up there while we're at it. I'll put in this picture, and then we get sent back. Freaking CodeIgniter. Hi, my baby. Let's go there. Let's go there. So it should, and there you have it. See, so the picture has changed. If we go to our profile, there's our new picture. There's all our info, and there you go. So we have the edit. We are at 28 minutes. All right, so let's stop here. When I come back, we want to do something with this. Okay, so this has to change. This has to change. So we have to style this, and then we have to make the comment section. So I will see you when I return.